So once we've taken all the pigs out of the building, our immediate job is to prepare the van for washing. Our first job is to isolate the electricity. We turn everything off bar the lights. We then start to strip down the building. We'll empty any feed that happens to be left in the hoppers. We'll then come in with the wheelbarrow and we'll shovel up any solid muck that can be very difficult to pressure wash, so we remove that. So once the electricity is off, we remove the heaters. We switched them off earlier to make sure they're cool, and we put them away in a dry building to keep them safe and sound. We'll also brush down the dust off light fittings and the fan fittings as well before we commence washing. So in order to cleanse our water system, the first thing we do is we isolate the water system by turning it off at the stopcock. We then drain out the whole system by removing the drinkers at the end of the lines. We'll clean out any debris that might be in the tank, although we don't find that's a problem because we have tight-fitting lids on our tanks. We refill the system. We put in Virkon S into our header tanks and mix it well. We'll make sure that it gets to every nipple by running it to the nipple drinkers. We'll then leave it for 50 minutes before once again draining the system completely and refilling with fresh water. We come in and foam down the building using a detergent foam, which will be left preferably overnight before we start pressure washing tomorrow morning. Once we've finished the washing, we'll leave the room to dry for a couple of days. If necessary, we'll put the heaters back on to make sure it's completely dry before we disinfect. We'll then leave the building for at least another couple of days to dry and make sure the building's all switched back on, the ventilation system is working and the room is back up to temperature before the next batch of pigs come into the room.